Hi, this is me, Tawaranjan Tamang from Let's Help YouTube channel, and you are watching PHP series. This is my part 4 video on PHP. In this video, I am going to explain you about PHP variables. So what is variables? In general terms, variable means anything which is not constant and is liable to change. But whereas in computer programming, a variable is a value that can change depending on condition or on information passed to the program. It is simple to define variables in PHP. Like in other programming language, you do not need to define a data type in PHP. For example, to define variables in C or C++, you need to define a data type like int for integers, a number, char for character value, and float float for float value. But in PHP you need not define a data type, so you can simply write a variable name in PHP with dollar symbol. There are some points to remember while defining variables in PHP. Let's see one by one practically. I'll open Notepad++ and I'll simply write a basic PHP syntax. A smaller sign followed by question marks, and PHP it is a opening tag, and question marks followed by greater sign it is a closing tag, and these two, opening tag and closing tag, is the basic PHP syntax. So let's save this. To save the PHP file, you have to save this PHP file in a XAMPP server where you have installed that XAMPP server. So we're talking about variables, so I'll give its name as variables.php and I'll save it. So this is a simple PHP or basic PHP code. Now, to define a variable, I said that there are some points to remember. Number one, always start a variable name with dollar sign. In order to define a variable, you need to use a dollar symbol in front of its name. So, dollar help, that means this is one variables. We have defined a variable like dollar help or dollar x. This is also a variable. So rules number one says that always start variable name with dollar sign. Now rules number two, a variable name must start with letter or alphabet or the underscore character. That means to write the variable name you need to use dollar symbol, and to write the name of variable you have to start with either with letter or alphabet like ABC, anything else, or you may use a dollar and underscore sign to define a variable. Rules number 3. A variable name is not started with number. That means if we write $1, that means this is not a variable. We are not allowed to use a numbers to write the name of a variable. Always write with letter or alphabet. Rules number 4. You can't give space in variable name. That means while writing a variable name, you are not allowed to use a space like this. This is not a variable name. Like if I use space over here, this is not a variable. So you are not allowed to use space over here. Likewise, rule number 5. Variable names are case sensitive. Case sensitive means if I have written a name as RAM, $RAM and $RAM itself, but it is a case sensitive, means here in first one I have named it RAM with a small letter, whereas in second condition I have written $RAM as a in a capital letter. What does it means in PHP these two are different variables in PHP, that is it is case sensitive. And next one, that is number 6, you can't use a keywords as variables. Keywords means a reserved word which have got specific meaning, so you cannot use those words in a PHP as a variable. So hope you have understood about what is variable and how to write a variable in PHP. If you have got any doubts regarding the variables, you can comment me in a comment box. If you like my video, give a thumbs up, share it, and if you are a new users, please do subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.